I want you to pay attention. Look at this post right here. Now, I don't want to, hate on anybody. Definitely not McKenna for posting this, but there are a lot of people that are posting stuff like this about how we should bring justice to people who abuse animals in various forms. May it be physically, or may it be like this by starving a dog, throwing them into the trash. So, this is my views and opinions on subject matters like this, and by no means should you be scared or you know really appalled by my views. Just think these are only my views. You have nothing to be worried about. Everyone has different opinions and views on different issues. So let's get into this. So, of course, it is a bad thing what people do to animals, directly or indirectly. Now, I don't know who did this, and I don't know what they're thinking about. I don't know their lives. I don't know what they're battling, what kind of mental issues or what kind of things within their family or within their lives. Maybe they have problems at work. Maybe they have problems financially. Maybe they have health problems. Maybe they have, who knows? I don't know them. I'm not them, so I don't know who they are or anything about them. So that's the first thing. So maybe that day she was having a bad day. Who knows? And took it out on her dog. I don't know. But people usually who are consuming animals, and animal products, are the ones who are on occasion directly abusing animals. I know because I did it when I was in my late teens, and I understand that a lot of people who abuse animals are actually eating animals, eating animal products. Um, you will hardly ever see any vegans who are doing this to animals. I never heard any vegan doing this to animals. Okay, there may be a rare case, but 99.99% vegans do not do this to animals. So it is, generally speaking, people who are, let's say, for example, men who are abusing their wives, or people that are in hospitals, or people that are engaged in wars and terrorism, and people that are doing this to animals. 99.9999999% of them are people who are eating animals, animal products. And vegans are appalled when they see this. And they're like, let's bring, this person to justice. Or let's bring this dog, let's have justice for this dog and, do, do something to the one who caused harm to the dog. So let's say we do jail or we do put these people behind bars. What is that actually going to do? There are probably millions, maybe even tens of millions of cases like this all around the world. Are we going to put all of them in prison? Because when we do, there's just going to be millions more. Just like when we remove politicians and presidents, they're just going to bring in more that cause harm and destruction. So the answer is not to jail people or give them penalties. That's not the thing. The whole thing is that I understand that we cannot save these animals directly. Exactly, we cannot save them directly. But petitions don't. First of all, they don't. They They do little to nothing to help the situation. Petitions, I never sign them. I hardly ever sign them because they hardly ever work. Some people say, oh, they work, da, 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 da. But you're sending it to the government usually, or to the police force. And those entities, those corporations or institutions, they are part of the Illuminati, shadow government. They lie, they steal, they cheat. What do you think they're going to do to help this situation? This is a very, very small situation. This one situation is very small. But when you calculate how many of these animals are tortured, you know, on a, around the world, it's a lot, actually. It's a lot. So even if we put those people behind bars, what is that going to do? Is that going to rehabilitate them? Is that going to solve the whole issue at hand to the issue of animals being abused around the world? No, it's not going to solve the issue. What is going to solve this issue? Let me talk to you about that. What is going to solve this issue? Well, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the people that virtually never cause any any harm like this to animals is vegans. So what we need to do is we need to get more people going vegan because majority of vegans, or I should say virtually all vegans, would not cause harm to animals like this. So we need to get people going vegan. As soon as there are more and more and more vegans around the world, things like this will happen less and less and less and less until we live in a vegan world. Then all this will be eradicated. And the thing is, people are so negative and they think negatively about the future. Oh, the vegan, the world's not going to go vegan overnight, and we need to do something to punish. But what is it good? What good is it going to do when we punish these people? What good? What good is it going to do? Because the problem is way bigger. Okay? Again, like I mentioned, vegans don't harm animals like this. Maybe there's a rare case, but vegans generally don't cause harm to animals. So if we get people going vegan, they're not going to be harming animals like this. I used to do it. I used to harm animals like this. And guess what? Well, not exactly like this, but by physically abusing them. But guess what? I went vegan. So should I have been jailed at the time? No, because I may have not gone vegan. Maybe I maybe I would have, maybe I wouldn't have. But there had to be certain steps and certain things that happened along my journey to get me to where I am today. So everything is for a reason. Maybe that person that's abusing the animal or abused this animal, maybe that person will go vegan in the future. So it's not to penalize them, it's to actually get people going vegan and stop this nonsense of, oh, people must be, we need to, well, she says here, think of it. So people must be held accountable and paid a price for their purposeful crimes. So, like what? Put them in jail? What's that going to do? How is that going to rehabilitate them? When people go to jail for whatever crime they caused, it does little to nothing to rehabilitate these people. Seriously, I've been in jail. I know. I've seen hundreds of people, and it does little to nothing to rehabilitate these people. And majority of people, anyways, are there illegally, truly illegally, for stupid things like immigration laws, which have absolutely no merit. Everyone should be able to go freely anywhere they want around the world without any restrictions. And guess what? It does nothing. Prison does nothing to help people. Little to nothing to help people rehabilitate themselves. Nothing. So what are you going to do? Give them a fine. So what? What's that going to do to help them awaken? Give them a vegan book, or give them of vegan videos and things to watch. Give them those things. That's what we need to do. We need to educate people. We need to strive to love people more, not hating and, and hate on people. This is judging and this is hating on people. Yeah, that person might have done a cruel thing and I don't like what they've done, but it's their actions that are what is evil, not the person themselves. Because they're doing this because they've taken in all that violence, all that fear, all that loneliness, all that depression that they're eating. They're eating all that. They're eating all the flesh and secretions of animals, and they are taking all the emotions of the farm animals. And the emotions just don't evaporate into thin air. They go into our cells. We eat the cells of these animals. They go into our cells, and guess what? Some people exhibit, abuse on others, on non-human animals, on their wives, on their kids, etc., etc. Maybe physically, mentally, or sexually, or whatever. So penalization of, penalizing these people and putting them in jail and giving them some kind of accountability for that. Yeah, they must be accountable for their actions for sure, but not by penalizing them when it does nothing. Absolutely nothing. We have to look at this situation in a broader context and understand it's because the world is not vegan and people that are doing this are not vegan. People that are abusing these animals and whoever else are not vegan. And we need to have compassion for them. We need to have love for them. And we need to stop with this nonsense of petitions because it does nothing, little to nothing, to help the situation. We need to start promoting veganism and stop with this nonsense. I love what everyone's doing, including McKenna, but we have to stop with this negativity. Start with this positivity because the world is vegan. It's going vegan. It is vegan, and people are waking up. Look at all the vegan options that are now available around the world, and more and more and more and more soon. All the fruit stands, all the supermarkets with all the fruit there. It's I see big changes. Okay, I see big changes. I'm very positive for the future of humanity in this world, and let's start promoting veganism. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and post your comments down below. I'll see you soon.